Hi, welcome back to this week's Payday Routine Budget with me with Zerosum. I'm a registered dental hygienist and I worked 2 shifts this week, and I also had $15 check come in from somewhere else. So I have a total of $873.87 that we are budgeting today. But before we get to that, last Monday was the final day of my Save $1,000 in 3 months challenge, and I did it. I'm so happy. $250 a month into my high yield savings account. Super fun. If you want to get these trackers, there is a link down in the description box. They're free. 3 different types. If you don't like this design, there are 2 more. I really enjoyed it, and I think I will do it again, not right away, but I definitely think I will be saving $1,000 with my trackers again. But let's just get into the budget. So if you remember from last video, I was very close to not having enough money for rent, and I said I was going to go into my high yield savings account. I might be able to not, probably won't be able to not, but I might. As usual, we're gonna go into overspent. Against my better judgment, I really wanna go straight down to rent, but as you see, $714.93, that would literally mean that we're wrapping the video up within a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. So let me not do that, even though that's my instinct, and that's probably what I should do. Let's go to overspent first. I know there's a ton of overspending in here and it's gonna look totally crazy. There are a couple things that we've talked about before that we're not going to cover right now, the medication and the adjustable dumbbells, but there are some things that we do need to cover. I did spend $1.95 on my sewing stuff. I need to just go ahead and cover that. And then we can collapse this category here because adjustable dumbbells has been something we're gonna wait on. System.io came out. That's where I host my website. For the freebie that I just mentioned, that came out, so we'll need to cover that. Accessories, $7 for accessories came out. That's interesting. I feel like something might be miscategorized here. Oh no, I bought a backpack. That shouldn't be an accessories. It really shouldn't. It should honestly be a miscellaneous work stuff, which is not gonna sound logical. But like I mentioned, come back in November if you want to hear me talk about that. You know what, before I do that, I'm gonna try to make the screen a little bit smaller to see if we can, oh, you know what I can probably do? I can probably just take this, collapse that. Why is it not collapsing? Oh, because I need to save or cancel. Okay. Okay, now going back to Fabletics, am I able to change? Yeah, I'm able to change the category without adjusting the screen. So we'll do that. Go back to budget, ready to budget, overspent. And now, of course, all I did was just move the overspending somewhere else, but that's where it should be. Okay, but what's going on? I thought, what happened? Oh, I'm like not selecting it. I pushed tab, it didn't work the first time. Yes, please save it anyway. Okay. Hair care, $78. What? I mean, I know I've been spending a lot of money on my hair stuff, but $78? So I bought like some gel, I bought a brush, I bought some more gel, I bought some shears. Okay. I guess it's $78. Oh, but it's only overspent by $30. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, how did I overspend by $70? I didn't. Okay, cover that. Groceries, cover that. And I'm also going to be buying some groceries probably tonight, so we will be overspending again. Soon I'm going to stop doing all this overspending and I'm going to actually budget the money before I spend it. I'm just a work in progress, okay? Fun money. Okay, so I did say I had, what was it, $33 to spend. Looks like I spent $45 over that. I think when I had said that I had $33, I had already spent like 15 or 20 of it, and I just forgot to put it in there. I really need to get better on putting my transactions in. As soon as I spend it, I need to open my phone, open up the Zerosum Android web app or whatever you want to call it, and put it in right then. I'm just not used to doing that because YNAB had an actual app and I didn't like it because it was literally nothing like the YNAB interface, like kind of basically what you're seeing now, because YNAB and Zerosum visually look very similar, but the Zerosum Android web app looks exactly the same. So I think I will enjoy using it more. So my bad. But hey, I was somewhat thinking of the $33, but then not enough. So let's see what I spent. Actually, we'll wait. That will be what we go over next week in our July monthly review. So come back next week if you want to see all the fun money that I spent. Right now, we're just going to cover it. Miscellaneous work stuff, $39.77. I mean, you know, hair stuff, a notebook, got some money back from the Wells Fargo rewards type thing, returned a whole bunch of, I was telling you those mics that I was trying to use for doing perio charting. None of them ended up working. So I just returned them all. I think it was what, $20 here, $20 there, $10 there, $4.35 a couple times. So got all that money back. It just didn't work. It was weird. I had a mic work once, and with an adapter, it was on a different software. It was on Curve. And I will say that I did get the mic to sometimes sort of work with the Open Dental at my house, because I mentioned Open Dental is a software that you can use in dental offices, but they allow you to download it at your house to kind of like use it. So I was able to get it to kind of work sometimes, but it wouldn't work for me to actually do a full period charting. Long story short, because nobody cares, I just returned it all. Travel, sizes of hair stuff. And then I printed out some more of my patient planner that I take and write down all my patient info at the beginning of the day when I go to work. So everything's in one spot. It makes the day go a lot easier for me. I bought a book, and yeah, I got a refund for those leave-in conditioners that never came. Styling cream is what came, and then I purchased some more. We've already talked about that. So let me cover that. PPE and extras. I bought some, so I got these magnetic buttons from Etsy. I told you about it. And then I also told you that I ordered 2 of them. First time I ordered it, basically the lady didn't send it. I ordered another pair, and I got those before I even got the first ones I ordered. The first ones I ordered, I just was like, no, I'm not, you can take it back. I'm not messing around with you. Yes, I could have had 2 sets and it probably would have been helpful, but the principle is like, if you're lying about when you're selling, sending it, shipping it, whatever, you can take it back and whatever. So I have also figured out that I can just buy magnets, buy buttons, buy glue, and just make them myself. So I went on AliExpress and bought magnets, buttons, and glue. And I think I paid what, $11.41, which was about the cost of 1 set of magnetic buttons. And yeah, 1088 is what I got back. And I got, was it 30 magnets and 20 buttons? So I can make 10 sets or something like that, but it's gonna be great. So I'm happy about that. When they come, I'll be able to make more. I accidentally keep washing them too, the buttons, so that's not good. I also got these little snaps. They're basically like snaps that runners use to put their bib onto their shirt. And they are good, but there's not enough clearance space between the button and the scrub cap. So when I'm trying to put the mask on, it's like not very easy to do so. So that's a whole bunch of dental hygiene stuff that I don't think anybody cares about. Oops, I pressed enter. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's cover that. Scrubs, that's the last payment for scrub jacket. I thought I had the money in there already. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I don't know why I was $315 short, but I was. Oops, I fucked up. $152. What was that about? Oh, so I had this single earbud. I had it for forever, and I just would take it to work. So if there was like a cancellation or something, I could put the earbud in and like, you know, use my phone. But so somehow I lost it. I don't know where it is. I'm sure I'll find it one day, but I bought another one on AliExpress and it costs $1.52. So yeah, that sucks. I can't believe that I lost it. I had it forever. It was like a little tiny charger cord, a little micro cord or whatever. It was great. But anyway, $152 on that. Household goods. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, headphones. Okay, because when I edit, obviously I use headphones. Maybe that's not obvious, but I use headphones. The headphones I have, I've also had them for forever, but I was like not hearing the audio equal in both ears. And I spent probably like 20 minutes trying to adjust the audio in like the left ear and make it louder, but then like the right, it was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy some new headphones and hope it works. So I'll be able to see when I'm editing this video if it's better. I don't know what was really going on. I'm thinking now that maybe though it wasn't the headphones, maybe it was the recording, whatever. That's what the money was spent on. And then gas, 65, 66, gas went up again. And I'm so mad because I just went to Sam's Club. You remember one time I like passed by the cheap gas station and it was like super cheap. I was like $3.99. I was like, oh my God, that's so cheap. I bet Sam's Club is gonna be more expensive. And I think I was on the way to Sam's Club. It was more expensive. I checked the app, turned around, went to that gas station, got my gas. This time I just went to Sam's Club, didn't look at the price. Then when I filled it up, I was like, damn, 65, 66, that's a lot. And I looked at the price. I think it was like $405. And then I went to the cheap gas station or drove by there on my way home. It was literally like, no, it was $409 and it was $379 or $369, something like that at the cheap gas station. So I was like, oh my God, I could have saved money. So that pissed me off. But anyway, all we have that's not covered is the medication and the adjustable dumbbells. Okay, so let's go to the budget and let's basically just put this money towards rent. Was it six? No, it was 7 something, right? I'm like, was it 614? No, it was 714. So we just need to go to all. Need 952. Oh, 92.54. I don't have dyslexia, but I feel like I saw $92.54 as 952. Maybe I do have dyslexia. I'm not really sure. Rent, 714.94 is what I need. That's not true because the rent came out and I think it's a little bit cheaper. Oh, also my electric bill came out for next month. Yikes. Let me show you that real quick. The electric bill was $22.42. No, it was $22.42 plus $45. So I guess it was like, what, $67 this month. Next month, very expensive. I'm trying to figure out where my scheduled transaction is. I thought it was over here. It's because it's not in July, right? It's in August. Yes. Okay, so it's $79.20, which I guess when you think about it, it's not really that much more expensive because it was just 67. but it feels super expensive, $80 for air. And I like pretty much don't have my air on during the day. Like I don't have it on now. There have been a handful of days where I left to go to work and I accidentally left it on 73. I keep it on 73 to sleep, but during the day, it's pretty much off. I mean, if I get super duper warm, I'll put it on. Like I almost put it on just a minute ago before I started filming, but I was like, I'll be all right. I probably will put it on for just a little while to knock the heat off when I get out of the shower, but I'm not gonna put it on 73. I'm gonna put it on like 75 and just literally knock the heat down a little bit. The point being, it's just, damn, air is expensive. Everybody knows that. When I was growing up, you know, my mom was always bitching about the price of the air, but I'm not gonna be hot in my own house. If I'm hot, I'll turn the air on. If I'm not, I won't. There we go. All right, let's close this back up because the point is rent. So I got my bill and I know how much rent costs. It does not cost $2,012.93. It costs $2,007.60. So that's what? $5.33. Is that right? So I need to have 80.26 minus 5.33. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 80.26 there. Okay, and then I'm going to take away 5.33. Okay, perfect. So now I just need to cover $74.93. Where can I find that money? First instinct is to go to emergency mode, which honestly might be the best idea, might not. There are plenty of bills coming up that I don't have money for, but 3-day work week this week, although tomorrow, once again, is a shorter day. It really is a shorter day this time. I think last time I said, oh, it's a shorter day. And I didn't realize, no, that's a 6-hour day. I was working 6:30 to 2:15. That's a 6-hour day. Yeah, that's 1 hour shorter than what I like to work, you know, 7-hour day, but not really a shorter day. Tomorrow is a shorter day. It's 7:15 to 12:45 or something like that. So it's a 5-hour work day and it's a 1-hour lunch. That's what they say. We're probably gonna have a problem with that. There's probably not gonna be a lunch built in the schedule. So that's an issue that I'm gonna have to deal with tomorrow. Temp life. So I'm only going to get paid and only working 4 hours tomorrow. So I will be getting a smaller paycheck tomorrow. So I'm expecting, you know, let's just say next week I'm going to get a check of, let's just call it $1,000, a couple $100 more than this check. All that to say, I still have a lot of bills. So I think I probably, well, I mean, I do have to put $250 a month, right, into my emergency fund, but I can take out whatever I want. You don't have to keep the $250 you put into that account to keep the high yield savings account APY. So I don't know. I think I'm not going to worry about it right now, right at this moment. What I'm going to do at this moment is I'm going to figure out how we pay for this rent and I'm going to wrap that up. And then maybe next week or maybe the week after that, then I'll try to figure out how I can try to like stop being so much in the hole because, you know, I am in the hole. I'm overspent by $500 here, by a couple $100 somewhere else. So we definitely need to cover these expenses. It's really not acceptable to have these outstanding payments. Yes, the credit card does not have an interest rate, and I was able to put a note in the account. And one thing I like about Zerosum is when you hover over the account name here, you see the note. So really cool. I don't think that was a thing on YNAB. So I opened my account on the 9th of December, 2025. The introductory APY ends on 1/17/27. So I put APR, but is it APY? I don't know. Who cares? The interest rate is not going to be 0% after January. So I need to get this figured out in the next 4 or 5 months. Same for here. I put a little note for saying that the auto pay really comes out on the 6th. I opened the account on July 20th, 2025, and I got a credit limit increase on June 11th, 2026. So that's a cool thing for Zerosum. But I keep putting it off. I don't know why I'm putting it off. Probably because it's no fun to try to find this money. There's really no extra money anywhere in here. $3.74 for parking. I really like to keep that at $10. So we're really not, you don't have enough there. You have nothing in career essentials, nothing in lifestyle luxuries, nothing in good eats. And I just said I'm going to be overspending there. Travel, we got the $978.10 for Virgin Voyages. If you didn't see what I said about that trip, check out my last video, posted up there. You can see my little update on what's happening with that cruise. Probably going to take that money. We have nothing in You Got to Look. We have money in admin and annuals for Google One. I'd rather just keep that. It's just to make things simpler. We're behind on the car registration. I don't really see the point in taking the money from here. It's just so little, you know what I mean? Although I'm quick to add a penny here, a penny there. I just don't feel like taking them like that today. Business Builder has nothing. Wish Farm, we're in the negative. Okay, and everything else is a category that's like hidden. Drafting Dreams is sewing, like sewing for fun, not just sewing scrub caps. And then Indulgence on Deck are the things that I want to move into my Wish Farm, which by the way, I asked the developer about being able to click and drag and he was like, no, we're not gonna do that. So that sucks. I really enjoyed being able to click and drag the, like if I wanted to move this up, I like doing that from here. but you have to go up here. So no fun, but who cares? Not me. The bottom line is that the only category that has money that I want to take from is this cruise. So I'm gonna take the money from here. I'm gonna put $74.93 in ready to budget, right? Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Now we are budget broke. Isn't that what I said I was gonna call it? Budget broke? Yeah, I think so. Before I hop off, let me just double check and see kind of like where we are with everything. I guess that was all instead of just monthly. Let's just flip over to monthly because that's kind of the most important part. So I will open everything. We, of course, had the money put away or put aside for taxes. I haven't been investing. Ooh, yikes. I have not invested in a while. So we need $124.67 for insurance, medical, $92.54 for car and renters. So let's just call it $250 or $225. I'm sorry. You need some money for the internet. That's $65. So let's just call it $300 total. Meds. I might be able to get away with not paying this for meds next month. And by the way, I did figure out why I had the date as the 6th, because the 6th is the correct date. I got confused when I was doing the video. Centerpoint, let's see what the bill is there. I think I have that as well. Could be wrong, but I think I do. Oh yeah, it was like literally the exact same as it was last month. What that probably means is that I'm not paying any money for the actual energy. It's like just the price they charge me for the privilege of having it. I don't know if you remember, I talked about it in one of my first videos. When I looked at the bill, it was like, you paid $9.99 for like I don't know, it's basically like, you know, the privilege of us providing you energy, you're gonna pay a base fee, something like a base charge. Base charge, I think is what it was called. So that must mean that like my usage is literally nothing or inconsequential and I'm just paying the base charge. But yeah, same exact amount, which I thought was so weird. I got confused because I was like, how is it $11.09? That's not right. I thought I had it updated, but yeah. So all that rambling was to say that that's probably what, $315, and then that covers, you know, the first week or so. So yeah, $315 that I'm behind. I don't think it should be a huge problem. Good on gas, should be good for the next week for sure, but I will need some more within the next 2 weeks. And household goods, I'm gonna need to buy some toilet paper, and groceries, I'm gonna be spending money on groceries. So I'm gonna say conservatively, I probably need $500 between now and the beginning of the month to meet my responsibilities, and I don't have it. So that means we're gonna go even deeper on the credit card bill, which we hate. That's feeling like not only am I budget broke, but I'm like actually broke, like spending beyond your means broke. Isn't that what it means to be broke, when you spend more money than you make? Yeah. All right, so stick with me. We will get out of this hole. It's not terrible, right? But we will get out, and I will see y'all next week for another Zerosum payday routine video. Bye.